There's a moment in almost every painting where it either works or it doesn't. And it's not about brush control, not about how expensive your materials are. It happens way before that, in a decision most people skip completely. Before you even pick up a pencil, there's a question you have to answer. What do you want this painting to actually do? Not what do you want it to show, what do you want it to make someone feel? I know I've already said this a lot throughout my videos, but I need you to really hear it because this is the most important part of everything I'm about to show you. Almost everything else builds on top of this one decision. Let me give you a real example. A while ago, I went to this small restaurant. The owner volunteers in the community. That was something I learned just from talking to him. And he only used good, honest ingredients. Nothing cut corners. You could tell just from the food that care went into every part of it. It just felt like he genuinely meant it. And the food itself was warm, comforting, the kind of meal that makes you feel taken care of without anyone saying a word. What I felt in that moment wasn't really about the restaurant as a place. It was warmth. It was care. Someone choosing quietly and consistently to do things the kind way. That feeling is what gave me the inspiration to paint something. Not the building, not even really the food itself at first, the feeling underneath all of it. So when I sat down to plan this piece, my goal wasn't draw a restaurant. My goal was make someone feel that same warmth and quiet care just by looking at the image. That decision changes everything that comes after it. Every choice, line, color, style exists to serve that one feeling. So before anything else, name the feeling. Be specific. Don't just say, I want it to feel nice. Ask, what exactly did I feel in that exact moment and why? That answer is your compass for the rest of the painting. Once you know the feeling, we move into choices. I like to think about this as a funnel. Starting broad, getting more specific with every step. The first big choice is style. The same subject can feel completely different depending on how you draw it. A more realistic style with accurate proportions and detailed rendering, and a more cartoon style, simplified shapes, exaggerated features, can feel completely different. And somewhere in between those two, there's a whole range of styles that each carry their own emotional weight. If you watch my other videos, you probably know I usually draw in a rounder, softer, more cute style. That's just naturally where I gravitate. But for this piece, cute wasn't really what I was going for. I wanted that warmth to come through more than cuteness. So I drew the figure a little more mature, closer to an adult proportion, and adjusted the style to match that. That's really the exercise here. Look at a style and ask yourself honestly, what feeling does this actually give off? Then match that style to the purpose of your piece. Not what style do you default to. Not what style is trending. What style actually serves what you're trying to say. Once the feeling and the style are locked in, I move to tone. Tone is a combination of saturation and value. How bright or muted a color is, and how light or dark it is. For this piece, I wanted warmth, but I wanted it to feel soft, not loud. So here's the specific choice I made. I didn't reach for orange, even though orange is the obvious warm color. Instead, I let a pale, gentle yellow lead the piece. Then, for the food itself, I used different tone altogether, something with slightly more saturation, slightly different in value, so it would naturally pull the eye toward it. The food becomes a sort of focal point, not because it's outlined or emphasized with lines, but because the color itself does that work. That's something tone can do that people underestimate. You're not just setting a mood, you're quietly directing attention just through how warm, how saturated, how light or dark something is compared to everything around it. But I want to repeat something important here. Choosing a tone doesn't mean restricting yourself to only those colors. That's a common misunderstanding. People think picking a palette means using 3 or 4 colors and nothing else. That's not what it's for. Tone is a tool for organizing your colors so the final image feels cohesive, not chaotic. It's there so no single color feels jarring or fights against the mood you're building. You can still use a wide range of colors. You're just filtering them through the tone you've chosen, adjusting saturation and values so everything sits comfortably together. Think of it less like a cage and more like a lens. Everything passes through that lens before it lands on the canvas. Now, everything I walked you through is the framework, the thinking behind it. But there's a lot more underneath this. How to actually build a style that matches a specific feeling step by step. How to construct a tone and color palette from scratch instead of guessing. How to take any reference, a memory, a place, a moment, and translate it into a finished piece. every single time, not just when inspirations happen to show up. That's exactly what I put together in a full guide. It walks through this entire process in way more depth than I can fit into one video, with more examples, more breakdowns, the actual decision-making behind each step. If you're self-taught, like I am, if you've been figuring this out on your own, I built this specifically with you in mind. And honestly, this isn't just for people who want to paint emotion the way I do. If you're trying to develop your own style, if you want a clearer process for approaching any piece, this is built to help with that too. Dropping sometime in July, I'll drop the link below when it's up. At the end of the day, painting from emotion isn't really a technique. It's a way of paying attention to what you felt, to why you felt it, and to how you can carry that feeling into something someone else can see. I hope this gave you a way to start thinking about your own work a little differently. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!